Hey everyone, this video is going to be about support and resistance and pivot points. This is a custom indicator that I put together on Thinkorswim using ThinkScript. A very basic indicator, but it's one that I wanted to share with you. So my monitor is over on this side, so I'm going to be looking over here. So what we're looking at is a chart of AMD, and I'm going to go through all of I have like a universe of stocks that I trade, which is like, I think there's 8 or 10 of them. And we'll go through all of them. So I'm not cherry picking. We're going to look at every single one. Um, so anyway, what this does is this is a 5 minute chart, by the way. So this is one day. This was just yesterday. This was a Friday. This is Thursday. This is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. In any case, this plots the every day. It plots the high of yesterday, previous day high. That's in red. Previous day low. That's in green. The previous day close, that's in light gray, this light gray line. And then it also plots the pivot. The pivot is the high, low, and close divided by 3. They also call that the typical price. Typical price is high, low, and close divided by 3. And then it also prints the daily R1 and daily S1. So R1 is resistance 1 and S1 is support 1. There's also daily R2, daily S2, but I only do the R1 and S1, and that's the calculation. You can Google it. It's pretty basic. It's 2 times the pivot minus the high, or 2 times the pivot minus the low for the resistance and support respectively. But those are plotted here in the dark gray. So the faint lines, but it's pretty remarkable. Like what the main reason I do this is because it helps me picture the daily candle, right? In the price action, that if I'm day trading and I'm looking at a particular stock, I'm trading a particular stock, I want to know where are we in the daily structure, right? The higher time frame. What's happening on the daily chart? Are we above the high? Are we above the low? Are we above the pivot? And it helps me kind of visualize where we are on the daily chart while I'm looking at the 5 minute chart or even the 1 minute chart. I have the same indicator. It displays on any time frame. But look at some of these. It's pretty remarkable. So here's the blue, by the way, is the opening price of today, because quite often when stocks open, they'll have an initial surge and then they'll come back and test the open. That doesn't mean it's going to be support and resistance, but I like to have today's opening price also on there. But you can see here the way it opened above the high. Okay, so that's bullish. And where did it go? It went right up to R1, which is right here. This is that line. Here it went down. It crashed down below yesterday's low. That's bearish, and it went, where did it go? Right to S1. That's support 1. Came back to the pivot, right? The pivot is, and by the way, these levels like the pivot and daily R1 and S1, they're valuable precisely because so many people follow them, right? There's so many, the institutions, all the algorithms, many of these, traders, the volume, they have these figures, they have these levels in their system, and they determine their trading decisions based on where they are relative to those lines. So there's nothing magic about it, but it's just something that's so common, particularly in the institutional world, that they become more valuable because more people are aware of those numbers. And you can see, I mean, I'm not suggesting there's anything, magic about this, but it is remarkable how like daily S1 will hold, daily S1 held, daily R1 held here. And it gives you a way to visualize where we are on the daily chart. So let me go through a few more of these. So here's NVIDIA, and I can clear off some of these really quick. So again, you see, here it's going lower. It's below yesterday's low. This is Friday's price action. Thursday's price action went below the low of Wednesday, right? And you can see, how these things act as support and resistance. Here it went from the low to the pivot. There's not a daily rule that's always going to happen, but it's good to be aware of these levels. And that's what this indicator attempts to do. This is daily S1 right here. This one went up almost to R1 of yesterday, and then came crashing back down again. So let's take a look at a few more. This is Meta here, Facebook. Same thing. And there's nothing, magic about this, but it's good to see how this works. And it really does a great job of helping you visualize where we are on the daily chart. This is Microsoft, which is ranging right now in this sideways chop. This is MicroStrategy. And again, you can go through all of these and take a look. But I encourage you, make an indicator similar to this. Very easy to do, and it really does provide some good levels that you can watch out for as you're day trading during the day. If you like this content, please subscribe and like this video. You have no idea how big of an impact that makes. It makes a huge difference, really a huge difference for me personally. So if you like the content, if you don't, that's no problem. But if you do, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.